Hello, I'm Kråkan, also known as Corvus Cornix. Welcome to Yacc, yet another Crowcast where I pick a game I played for a week and then I'll talk about it. This week's game is Quake 2, the Enhanced Edition. It was released on the PS5 this year, 2023, and it's an FPS game. Originally developed by id Software and published now, this version by Bethesda. And also there'll be spoilers up ahead, just so you know, but first a little backstory. So I watched a YouTuber called Metal Jesus Rocks, and he got a review copy of this game, and this triggered something in me. When I was a young kid, I had the Nintendo 64 version. It is nothing like the PC port whatsoever, but it triggered something in my mind that, I wanted to play Quake, so that's what I did. So when you start up the game, you're prompted with a lot of options, and this game is called Enhanced for a good reason. I was so surprised because you can select the game mode and everything, so I actually started playing the Nintendo 64 version, and I'm not kidding, I was blown away. I didn't expect this at all. I thought this was just going to be like a Bethesda money grab thing and, milk the concept, but it wasn't. So I started playing the Nintendo 64 version, and all the models and sound effects are updated. There's some better lighting, there is some quality of life stuff, and there's a lot of options you can change. You can switch between the old and new models as well. So it has all the features. So I went to the first game. You go through the Strogg outpost, the central complex, the intelligence center, and the computing center and whatnot. And it's just like Quake for Nintendo 64. So the main draw to Doom and Quake are the weapons. So the blaster is the classic weapon. It never runs out of ammo. It shoots like a flare-looking projectile. You have the shotgun and the super shotgun, which is my favorite. Then you have the machine gun, and the chain gun, the grenade launcher, the rocket launcher. You have the BFG and the hyper blaster and so on. There's so many guns, and it's kind of funny because imagine this guy carrying all these guns on his back, and when he's supposed to shoot an enemy, you have to grab the right gun. He must be super strong. So unlike the original Quake 2 for the Nintendo 64, you can actually save and load pretty much everywhere, which is awesome. This game has a lot of good features. It also contains a lot of other game modes. You have the original Quake 2, you have the Reckoning, you have Ground Zero, and you have the Machine or something. Call of the Machine, yeah. And that DLC was actually produced exactly just for this game by Machine Studios, I believe. I might be wrong about that. But there's so much content, and I'm surprised. It's kind of a cool thing. So the plot of this game is really simple. The humans are fighting this threat called the Strogg, and they're basically an alien cyborg kind of race, and basically dispels the dooms for the human race if they aren't stopped. So you are this lonely marine / space marine, I guess. They're supposed to deal with this, and that's more or less it. It's nothing big, you just rip and tear. And another cool thing about this game is when you select a specific mod or DLC, you can select the exact level, difficulty, map, and it's just an overall life quality. You can save and load pretty much anywhere in the game. And another feature that surprised me, I did the same thing for the Doom Enhanced version on the PS4, I believe. I connected a mouse and keyboard to the unit. So in the Doom Enhanced edition, the keyboard worked, but not the mouse. But lo and behold, when I plugged in a keyboard and mouse into my PS5, it actually worked. I had to do some adjustments to it in the settings in the PS5, but I was so surprised. I actually played the Nintendo 64 version with mouse and keyboard, and it's a lot easier for me to aim with that, so I was so happy all the week. This is one of those things that if I had this as a kid, all these DLC and all these life and improvements and stuff, I would play this all day and every day, because back then you just got one game a month or whatever, and that's what you had to play. You didn't have much money and stuff, and yeah, this is a good game. So gameplay: continue the war between the Strogg and the humans and destroy the cybernetic aliens, and rip and tear. Control: the left stick moves the marine around, R is the camera and look. R1 selects the weapon wheel, and it's like Doom. When you select the weapon wheel, everything goes into slow motion so you can pick the gun that you want. The circle ducks, the X button jumps, and if you hold the L1 button, you can cycle through the power-ups. And this is not in every game mode, but basically in the Quake 2 original, I believe, you can pick up adrenaline and stuff and quad damage and stuff like that deals more damage and whatnot. You can select the power-up from this wheel as well. You can also plug in a mouse and keyboard, which is a life improvement. So that's cool that they didn't have to put it in there, but they did. Graphics. The graphics are indeed enhanced, the animations are smoother and more improved. It's a little bit dark, but you can go into the settings and display options to change pretty much everything. It's overall a nice experience. Sound and music. Sonic Mayhem made the main soundtrack for this game, Quake 2, and it's in the beginning of the episode. It's a real cool metal industrial track. One of my favorites are the counterattack and a quad machine, really good tracks. And I tried to actually pronounce Sonic Mayhem's real name. He's German game composer. He worked on Mass Effect and stuff like that, but I can't pronounce his last name. It's too hard for me. Other composers that worked on the other DLCs are Jeff Brown and Jeremiah. Overall, good work. I like it a lot. Easter egg secrets and glitches. So this game is packed with cool stuff. So you can go into the id Vault, which is one of the selectable options in the, well, when you start up the game. So you can look at concept arts, you can zoom in and zoom out, you can look at development notes, weapons, pickups, 3D models. And there's even like a commercial thing for a product when they released the game. You really want Quake 2 meat pack, which looks like one of those newspaper articles when they do commercial for food. Instead, it's like demon meat and stuff, which I thought was, that's awesome. So in conclusion, I wrote, yes, play it. It's a great boomer shooter. This game controls great, and if you dislike the controller option, you can put in a mouse and keyboard and play it that way. Even though there's another cool thing about if you play with a controller, it actually has an input option, so you can change any button, just like if you were playing on PC, you can change every button on your PS5 controller to do whatever you want. So that's awesome. So when I went into this game, I didn't watch Metal Jesus Rock's review fully, so I just saw the beginning, so I didn't know that it was packed with DLC and stuff. I just thought there was the original content and that was it. This game adds so much good features that it's ridiculous. You have the save and load function anywhere. You can go into the modes, you can select the level, difficulty, and everything. I think there even are cheat codes you can punch in, so there's nothing bad to say about this game. So anyway, thanks for listening and or watching, and take care.